Okay, so we are still talking about print sources right now, and we talked about Destiny and the Campbell County Library. The next place that we're going to look is our Gale resources. So that is this little orange button right here, and if you click on that, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. And really, a lot of you guys will probably end up using Gale, so make sure you pay attention. It can be kind of hard to navigate, but I'll show you guys an easy way to do it. So first thing is you've got all these collections that you can click on. So if you are researching something having to do with becoming a lawyer or police officer, you might look at the criminal justice collection. If you are interested in farming or horticulture, you might look at this one. There's a science one for those of you looking at medical things as well, also the health reference. But maybe you don't know where to start. And like me, I'm not sure which collection to use. So I'm going to come over here to this side where it says Gale Power Search. And this is going to search everything in Gale all at once for me. And I'm going to just type in my same topic, grease, and hit search. And it's going to bring up this other screen. And here's the thing about Gale that gets people kind of frustrated. If you look over here on the right, you'll see the number of results that we've gotten. And guys, look how many just magazine articles, almost 90,000, 50,000 plus journal articles, and over 500,000 news articles. We don't even have time to read all the titles of those, much less sort through them and see what they have to offer. So I'm going to show you two quick ways of how to narrow your search. The first one is to be really specific about what you are searching for. The way you can do that is using Boolean terms. And all that means pretty much is adding an and then putting something after it. So I'm going to put grease and travel right here. And then I'm going to hit search. This means that I'm limiting what it's searching for, that it has to mention both grease and travel in its description, or else it won't show up. So that takes me from 80,000 or whatever magazine articles to 12,000, which is better, but still an awful lot. So I can continue to add more ands afterwards if I want to. You can have as many of those as you want. So maybe I could put grease and travel and passports or something like that. But I'm going to show you another way that I like better, and that's by scrolling down till you see this word Analyze and you see the button that says Topic Finder. And if you click on Topic Finder, it is going to create this wheel for you. And this wheel, you can click on the wedges to look at just this part. So maybe I hadn't even thought about cruises within Greece. Maybe I want to see just results about Greek cruises. I click on that. Over here on the side, I now only have 23 articles to look through. So much better option. And I can scroll through and choose any of those that I want. Maybe I don't even want to look that broadly. Maybe I just want to look at packages for Greek island tours. So I click right here, and what I'm going to get is just 9 articles, which is much easier to handle than 80,000, I think. If I like any of these articles, I can click on them. And once I get here, I've got my information about my article. I can print it, which is what most of you guys are going to want to do, and we can talk about that as we get closer. But I can print it, I can read it on the screen, and for this, though, I have to type my notes into Diigo. It's not going to work the same way as some of my websites. But guys, this counts as a print source because it is in print in a magazine somewhere. It happens to be in the magazine Travel Trade Gazette UK and Ireland. We have access to it through this database, but it still counts as a print article. So Gale has so much stuff, guys. It's got more than you're going to be able to find in Destiny, more than you're going to be able to find at the Campbell County Library. It just takes a little bit of work by being very specific, putting that and in there, and also by using those tools like the Topic Finder to be able to find these good articles. But they've got a lot of good stuff here. Okay, I'm going to show you our very last option. I'm going to click out of here, and I'm going to come back to this part, and there is a blue button that has binoculars on it, and that is our World Book. World Book is an encyclopedia. We have a print copy behind the circulation desk, but it is not as up-to-date as this. So it counts as print because we do have it in print. We just use it this way because it is a more up-to-date option. You guys can click on either Student or Advanced. They work the same way. I'm going to choose Advanced. And you can search in the same way that we've searched in other places. Now, think about what you know about encyclopedias. Encyclopedias tend to have short articles about a lot of stuff. So encyclopedias themselves are long because they cover so many topics, but their articles are generally pretty short. So if I type in Greece and I hit search, it's going to bring up anything about Greece that it has. So we don't have a ton of options here, which is sometimes good to not have too many. But my first one has Greece. I can click on it, and it's going to bring up my article. There are some pictures here which are good, and this Greece article looks to be a little bit longer than some, but I would again only use the parts that I need from this article. The thing with World Book and why I show it to you last is that probably if you have been doing your background reading like you're supposed to, it's not going to tell you anything too new about Greece because I've already read a lot about Greece. I know a lot about it. This is probably going to be like restating some facts that we already know. So use this as your last option if you strike out at Destiny, Campbell County, and also at Gale. But you can use this. We would do the same thing. We would print your article for you by clicking on the gear and hitting print. And then you can read from there and actually highlight and do your stuff on there and transfer your stuff to Digo, which I'll show you how to do later. So you can also click on related information here. And I just wanted to show you this if you are stuck on trying to find sources, because when you click on related information, all of these things are additional good sources that you could use. So I could come here and literally find all 5 of my sources straight off of the related information page. Other encyclopedia articles, websites, even magazine articles if I wanted another print source. This is a really good place to look, and these are all pretty reliable sources since World Book uses them. Okay? So now that you guys are good on how to find sources and 4 places to find print sources, I wanted to talk to you quickly about how you take your notes on those print sources. Remember that all of our notes are going into Digo, into our outliner. So the way that I would add information about my print source to my outliner is to come down here, and I'm just going to need to remember how to outdent. Shift and Tab. I'm going to type in the title of my article and where I got it from. So Greece World Book, and then I'm going to type in print source. Okay? And then after that, I'm going to actually type my notes in. None of the online things like the World Book or Gale work very well with Digo, and your stuff won't show up as easily. So if I like this sentence right here and I want to use it, I'm going to actually type it in as a quote, and I would put quotation marks around it. About 1/10, blah, 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 and type it in. I would also do the same thing for my paraphrases. So if I've got this, no part of Greece is more than 85 miles from the sea, I would just say the furthest point from the ocean in Greece is 85 miles. And notice I wouldn't put quotation marks around it because it's my paraphrase instead of a quote. Now, if I'm using a book or an article that has page numbers, I would then put the page behind it like that. But since World Book doesn't have page numbers, I'm not able to do that. So don't stress if you can't find page numbers, but please put them if you can. So that is the only way that you can get credit for your print source is by typing in the information. Otherwise, your English teacher and I won't be able to see that you've done that, and we would have to guess that you didn't have any notes when you really actually did. So we talked today in our first video about interviews. We also talked about using Destiny and the Campbell County Public Library website. And here in our second video, we've talked about Gale resources and World Book, and also how to document that information in your DIGO outliner. So your job now is to work on your print source. Remember, you have to have one of these. It's not an option, and you'll lose a whole bunch of points in the end without one. So I would go ahead and find your print source before you keep doing your annotations for web sources. Once you've found the print source, head on back over to the web sources or your print source. Keep annotating. You've got some time to do that, and know that you can rewatch any part of these two videos or come ask your English teacher or I any questions that you have. So thanks for watching. Good luck, and let me know if I can help.